Wednesday, Thursday gives me this sign that you see, Friday, Saturday is around the corner, and I know what I'm saying, but I love the weekend so much. When it's, Monday, whenever it's Monday, you wake up with this enthusiasm. You're eager to go to work. But you see, Tuesday, Wednesday, in fact, Thursday, your energy starts to drop. I don't know if it happens to you, right? Does it?
I've not noticed it. Maybe I need to start
Thursday, in fact, the worst is Friday morning.
Friday morning. Weekend.
You wake up in the morning to get up from bed is always a problem. And then you remember that, why can't they just waive this Friday work for me? It happens to me, right?
It's true, that Friday.
It does, actually. Yeah. Okay, good morning. My name is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva, your most adorable.
And I am Judge Donny Coleman.
And DJ Muff King is in the studio this morning. Thank you as well, Barry Cosmos, for handing over to us this lovely Wednesday morning. All right, let's go straight up to the update for today before we go ahead to unveil the topic for today. And yes, guess what? We'll be having a guest who will join us via the phone. But before then, let's bring you some updates. And the very first one I have here has to do with glaucoma and timely diagnosis. According to health experts and optometrists, they are saying that healthy lifestyle is key to preventing glaucoma blindness or glaucoma and blindness. Now, according to Dr. Chinazom Obaje, who is an optometrist, he actually identified regular eye checks and a healthy lifestyle as critical to preventing vision loss from glaucoma, warning that delayed diagnosis remains a major driver of irreversible blindness. Now, they went on to describe glaucoma as a leading cause of irreversible blindness, and they said that early detection allows interventions that would later slow down the progression and preserve the eyesight. So he went on to say that although glaucoma is not curable, but timely diagnosis through regular comprehensive eye tests combined with healthy habits such as regular exercise and balanced diets remains essential for prevention and effective management. So we have said this over time. Not once, not twice. I know at some point Dr. Amarachi was here. She talked about glaucoma severally. Anytime it's the World Sight Day or we have anything to talk about that has to do with the eye, they always try to warn everyone to go for regular eye checks. Why? Glaucoma is a silent thief of sight. It doesn't come up with signs. It's not like cataract. When something is growing in the eye, you see it, right? That whitish substance. But you can have glaucoma and you will not know. It can go undetected until maybe you now start to complain of your eyesight or one thing or the other. So please, we don't bring these things here to talk just for hearsay. No. Go do the needful. Check your eye regularly, and if you have glaucoma, it will be spotted on time, and then prevention will actually take place. And also, we are getting the information from the World Health Organization that escalating conflict across the Middle East has displaced more than 4 million people and triggered widespread attacks on healthcare. 4 million. I mean, this war, is it up to 2 months?
Yeah, it's up
is it already?
A month and
February, and we're already recording the displacement of more than 4 million people. And this is the largest global situation report. Now, the health agency is warning that the crisis is deepening humanitarian needs across several countries, with health systems increasingly under pressure. Let me just read out some of the numbers. According to the report, Iran has recorded about 3.2 million displaced persons, while Lebanon has over 1.4 million displaced persons. And then you talk about the casualty figures across these affected countries, which is very high. Iran has reported 32,314 injuries and 2,362 deaths, while Lebanon, on the other hand, has documented 5,873 injuries and 1,739 deaths. And we are asking the question alongside WHO, when the hospitals are overwhelmed,
what happens?
Because even those hospitals are being attacked, and then you have this number of injured people, who is going to treat them? So it's a serious health crisis that is going on in Iran, Lebanon, and all of those places. And I don't know, we can't do much from here, right?
Yeah.
But we can pray. There's nothing prayer cannot do, you know? So let's just hope that very soon this war comes to an end.
Yeah.
And I pray also that, yes, Donald Trump, to some extent, people would criticize him, say all sorts of things, but I feel there are reasons to this, right?
Okay.
This war has been on for a long time. I mean, the other side. Even while growing up, you hear of Afghanistan and there was the other one, is it Pakistan or whatever? Till now, those wars are still going. So I think Donald Trump actually is trying to find a way to stop these nations from killing themselves and fighting and all of that. But on the other way around, on the flip side, people are dying.
Yeah.
People
when
are dying.
Fight,
yeah, the grass suffers. Every day people are dying. So it's not a good report we are getting at all from the WHO. All right, so let's go straight up to the topic for today. Dawn, over to you.
Okay.
Over to you.
Okay, we'll be discussing postpartum hemorrhage, PPH, as it links to fibroid and multiple pregnancies.
Yes, postpartum hemorrhage. Now, there are contributory factors to postpartum hemorrhage.
Yeah.
The only thing I know, right, if you want to cut down the English or break down the grammar, we know what postpartum is, which has to do with after delivery, right?
Yeah.
And then we know what hemorrhage is, which has to do with blood, bleeding. However, we are not medical experts. There is more to this particular topic, and that's why we decided to bring an expert. Good morning to you, Nurse Esther.
Good morning, the Slim Diva.
Good morning.
Oh, I've missed this voice, so it's been a while.
Longest time.
I did the way you leave me, or you just abandoned me like this, eh?
I can't abandon you. You know it's not possible.
I know that. Nurse Esther, how have you been?
I'm doing very well.
Okay, it's good to have you, and thank you so much for sacrificing your time despite your busy schedule this morning. I promise you it's going to be brief.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So Nurse Esther is a registered nurse and a midwife, also a reproductive health provider, very good at what she does. In fact, I've told her to go take up a lecturing job in one of the nursing facilities because she's that good. Nurse Esther, you deserve some awards. So I've told you this thing before.
Wow.
So I don't know why you're dragging your feet like this.
Ma.
Okay.
Thank you. If I should go for that now, you know, I won't have time for you again.
No, time. You will make time. You will make time. Time will come up. Okay, you're welcome once again. So, postpartum hemorrhage. I think it's becoming. It's always been there, right? But I feel more like we need to talk about this because we keep losing women to postpartum hemorrhage. We will talk about the risk factors later on, right? But let me share two stories. The first story is one that will resonate with you, resonate with us in the studio. I don't know if you heard of the woman who gave birth to quintuplets in Kano State. That was 2 weeks ago or so, or 3 weeks ago. Yes, they jubilated. Everyone was happy. She was healthy. The babies were thriving. And the state government moved in and said they were going to take care of the quintuplets, right? Because the father of those babies was actually overwhelmed. According to the reports, he is a keke rider. Okay. And then after the first day, she was okay. After the second day, she was okay. And then I think it was after the third day we heard the information that she had passed. What happened? They said she bled. That she was just bleeding profusely and they couldn't control the bleeding. This one happened just recently. This is one out of many. Someone shared a story the other time of how she lost her sister, her only sister, who, while giving birth to her first issue, after giving birth, she gave birth safely. The baby was fine, mother was fine. The next thing they saw was people, nurses, running into the theater. They were just running up and down. And, she was wondering what was going on, only for them to come with the news that their sister was bleeding. And they were trying to control the bleeding. And before they could say Jack Robinson, the sister died. So these are stories. Dawn, I don't know if you've heard stories like this.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
In fact, it's blurring.
Very, very. So
Yeah.
these are stories we hear almost all the time. And I just feel we should talk about it so that people will know, are there preventive measures to take, while a woman is pregnant, most especially so that she doesn't at some point have these issues. We'll get to find out. But let's start with the basics, Nurse Esther. Help us understand what postpartum hemorrhage actually is. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My regards to your colleague in the studio.
Thank
Good morning.
you. Good morning.
Good morning to our listeners. Honestly, the Slim Diva, this postpartum hemorrhage most times, people are ignorant of it as they even go to the extent of taking things that will make them have the bleeding. So when we say postpartum hemorrhage, it means bleeding after childbirth, bleeding after delivery. Anything that will make a woman to bleed blood of in excess of 500 ml following delivery is hemorrhage. And this postpartum hemorrhage has primary and secondary stages. Why I said that most times it's patients that will cause this postpartum hemorrhage ignorantly to themselves is because after delivery, we estimate the blood loss, which should not exceed 200 ml in a normal vaginal delivery. Then CS, we can have close to 400. But anything in excess of 500 is now a hemorrhage, postpartum hemorrhage. So people will go and take some substances that they want to remove bad blood without knowing they are having primary postpartum hemorrhage. And in this postpartum hemorrhage, sometimes it is caused maybe due to malpractice, all right? And when you don't have skilled personnel, they will make the woman to bleed excessively without even knowing the cause of it. So in conclusion, postpartum hemorrhage can happen to anybody as long as the bleeding after birth is above 500 ml.
Okay, above 500 mil, right? So how much?
Yes.
So what you're saying is that once a lady loses above 500 mil of blood, how do we liken it? You have a liter of water, 2 liters. Let's try to can we compare? Because I know some people say 1 liter. Is it also compared to a liter, like 1 liter? If
a liter, yes, like a liter of blood.
Wow, so a lady can lose that much after delivery.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I want to take you back a little bit to what you said, right? You said some ladies might not know they have primary postpartum hemorrhage, and they go ahead to start to take substances to remove bad blood. So I don't know if you can help us with some of these substances, because most people, all in the name of Omugwo, might feel that they are doing the right thing and not know that those substances might actually predispose them to having postpartum hemorrhage.
Now, one of the things they take, the ones I have witnessed, a patient delivered and the mother brought alcohol. So I will soak what we call Ozizabioda in alcoholic drink and keep it. Some people will go for what they call ajumbise. Some other people will go for hot water massage and all that, all in the name of removing bad blood. Anything that will cause the uterus to contract excessively and vigorously, leading to bleeding after birth, is postpartum hemorrhage.
Okay, so from what you're saying, most of these traditional practices, it may have worked in the time of our mothers, but right now things are changing, right? So are you saying, are you ruling it out just like that? Are you ruling it out totally, or you're saying that
The
even if
diva.
yes,
See, our grandparents, our old age parents, they did these practices without knowing the rationale behind it. They see it as a normal thing.
okay,
And one benefit in their time is they were eating fresh food. There is nothing like canned or processed food.
Very
you
true.
see a woman that will deliver at that time, the husband will get bush meat, they will get vegetables, they will prepare 1 or 2 good dishes for the woman. Even if that woman, they are giving her those local concussions to take, the woman is still feeling fine. So the effect will not tell much on them. And if eventually something negative happens, they will attribute it to evil spirits. That is in the ancient times. But now science has made things to change and allowed us to know some of the rationale behind what they did that took their lives then. And that's what we are preaching now, that women are not supposed to take anything that will cause excessive bleeding or excessive uterine contraction following delivery, as it is termed postpartum hemorrhage. So whether it is cooked, it is soaked, it is whatever in any form that is causing your uterus to contract after delivery, it is medically condemned with proof, with rationale.
Wonderful. This is going to cause a lot of, controversies this morning, but it's good it is coming from you. And that's why I said, anytime I have you on this show, I'm always very excited because you are blunt and you say it the way it is. Some of those, our elderly women will come up now and want to contradict all of these things you have said. Dawn, I don't know if you agree to what she's saying.
I actually did take this Ajimbise.
Okay.
I won't lie to you. Yes, I did. And I think the vegetables too, my mom was helping me with the vegetables. But this Ajimbise, I did it, like I took it more, and I didn't see it well. I don't want to say
you didn't,
much.
but you took it because that was like the normal traditional practice.
Yeah.
Okay,
so was bringing it.
Yes. So, but Nurse Esther is educating us this morning that all of those things could predispose a lady. It's some of those things are hot, like the Uda in alcoholic drink. She mentioned.
I wanted you to ask her if
the Uda is a stimulant. The Uda causes contraction. That's the effect on the uterus. Wow. And now you are taking another stimulant, alcohol, mixing two of them together, and that will automatically turn to poison.
Wonderful.
When they are seeing the blood coming out, they will feel happy that it's bad blood.
Yes.
As long as delivery is conducted smoothly by a skilled professional, we estimate the blood loss. We monitor how the uterus is contracting and the quantity of blood we are bringing out. We have what we call lochia. After delivery, we have what we call lochia rubra, lochia alba, and serosa. These are the colors of the discharge blood a woman should see after delivery, and we monitor all of these. Now, that lochia rubra should start from that day the woman delivers, ending on the third day. Anything that will make the woman to see reddish blood after 3 days is hemorrhage.
Wonderful. Wow.
Is it in terms of quantity, or you want them to rule it out completely? Does it mean they should ration it, or they shouldn't take too much of it, or they should not just take it at all?
They shouldn't just take it at all because it causes harm. That is postpartum hemorrhage.
Wonderful. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Signs of postpartum hemorrhage. Now, you've talked about seeing fresh blood, right? Red, fresh blood after 3 days. Then it shows that something is wrong, right? Are there other signs that could come up?
Of postpartum hemorrhage. We have what we call bradycardia. Their BP will become low. Their pulse rate will become increased. They will look pale. Their legs or their feet, the sole of their feet will become whitish. When you look at their eyes, they will say, this woman just delivered though, because the woman is looking pale, yellowish, They will say, because she delivered. It's not true. Check that woman, she is bleeding. Then, apart from seeing the physical bleeding, the uterus will not be contracting. And we call it uterine atony. There will be no contraction that will hold the uterus together because you use something to distort the natural method of uterine contraction. So the uterus will just be flabby as blood is gushing out. That rubra, lochia rubra, I said is a bright red color blood that is supposed to last for 3 days. But when there is bleeding, it lasts longer than 3 days. And in all the lochia a woman is supposed to see after childbirth, what I mean is padding. When a woman delivers, they used to put pads.
Of course,
yes. It lasts for like 13 days. But when there is hemorrhage, it will last longer than that 13 days.
And does
So
it
that's
come
how
out?
you
Does
know
it come
that
out the normal way? You know, I don't know how I'm going. Like the consistency. Is there going to be blood
it's
clots?
usually heavy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, it's usually heavy with blood clots. It's usually heavy with blood clots.
Wonderful.
Sometimes the woman will faint. Yes, the woman will fall into shock. And that is something after they will say the enemies have attacked her after delivery. The woman has been losing blood without knowing she's having postpartum hemorrhage.
Oh, okay. So, one question, right, before we open up the phone lines. Now we are talking about this. I recall the story of someone told me this story, right? And it's part of her experience when she went to deliver her last baby. And then she said, while she was waiting for her turn, a lady who was rushed in from somewhere, I think a maternity home or so, was rushed in. And then I think she had already given birth in the maternity home, but the placenta refused to come out or something like that. And then she was rushed to this particular hospital where this lady was. And then they said after a while, it seemed more like the placenta was coming out in bits. Yes, that's the word, in bits. Some had been retained and totally refused to come out. And before they knew what was happening, the woman passed as well. So can that also contribute to postpartum hemorrhage?
The Slim Diva, we have a lot of causes, but let me break it down using 4 T's. Okay. In midwifery, we use 4 T's. One is tone. Another T is time. Another T is trauma. All right? Now, when we talk about tone, it has to do with uterine atony, like I have explained. The uterus will not contract again. Normally, naturally, after birth, the uterus is expected to contract so that everything retained there will just be expelled and the woman will be free. All right? Now, we talk about time. When you are conducting delivery, in the 3rd stage of labor, we have delivery of the placenta, membrane, and lipoamni. Now, hurriedly, or this delivery is performed by wax. They don't know what membrane is. They don't know that the placenta has lobes, the cotyledons. They are just dragging it. It's a fragile organ. Yes, you don't force it. We have time the placenta separates and the features of placenta separation. But when they lack this knowledge, immediately after delivery, they will start dragging it. And now, if you deliver the placenta, leaving the membrane inside, it will cause uterine atony. The uterus will not contract because something is still intact inside the womb. All it will do is to be bleeding. Now, in that tone again, when the bladder is full, after delivery, in fact, in this period of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd stage of labor, the midwife should be removing urine, catheterizing the woman, so there won't be urine retention that can cause uterine atony. So when the bladder is full, it will make the uterus not to contract, thereby predisposing that woman to postpartum hemorrhage. Then trauma. You are conducting delivery. They don't know this is cervix and this is uterus. Maybe when they are doing the fundal pressure, they have ruptured the uterus. There will be bleeding inside. Maybe there is what we call cervical tear. The cervix has torn up. You don't observe it. There may be laceration, vaginal laceration, perineal laceration. You don't observe it. Some people will use uterotonic drugs so they can facilitate contraction, thereby leaving the uterus to become flabby and unable to retract after expulsion of the placenta. These things can cause problem, and the woman will be exposed to postpartum hemorrhage. Now, we have prolonged labor as another cause. Prolonged labor. A priming, that's a woman with first pregnancy, is expected to contract pass through labor between 12 to 14 hours. Some school of thought will say up to 16 hours. But you don't want to wait You don't know this physiology, what and what that should be happening in this period of time. All they want is the woman to deliver. Now, after 14 hours, you are still waiting. Miracle will happen. 16 hours. And this woman is under hot uterotonic medications, causing the uterus to contract excessively. This one will make that woman's uterus to become atonic after delivery, thereby predisposing the woman to postpartum hemorrhage. And we're talking about fibroid.
Don't worry, we'll come to fibroid. We'll come to fibroid. Just calm down.
Okay.
Take it easy. Just a quick question before we open up the phone lines, right? Prolonged labor. We need to really talk just a little bit more about this issue of prolonged labor. You have mentioned 12 to 14 hours and in some cases 15 hours, right? But I see some ladies, they are in labor for 2 days, 3 days, trying to push, even the pains are there. I'm not talking about false labor. And then finally when it's time to give birth, you know what will happen now? So, I don't know. I feel you should just comment on this a little bit. Why is it difficult for most people to believe that once a woman enters this phase of 48 hours labor, there is a problem? Why is it difficult for people to believe that? It's a concern for me. It's a very big concern. Yes.
Yes, it is. Do you know why?
No.
Religion has eaten our people up. But they don't want to consider anything that has to do with health. All they see is what Mommy G.O. and Papa is telling them. When you go to hospital, meet midwives, meet doctors, I think these procedures are being explained in the antenatal section. Now, why can't a woman wait? Another problem is ignorance and poverty. Because this woman will charge you 20K. Someone said, Nosberry, you are expensive. I cannot afford you. Let me go to where they will collect 25K from me. I told that, no, you see that kind of mentality.
Yes.
Me, I will be taking you along. Oh, you have 2 hours more to stay. We have 20 minutes more to stay. Don't push us till I tell you to push. But no, some people believe that because you are my patient, I must eat your money. And then they will go through the wrong route to make that woman pass through labor. And once this starts, they do that, their induction or whatever, the thing will become a problem. They still don't want to let you go because they want to eat the money.
Yes.
They will not start conducting their delivery unethically. So I think that's one of the problems we are facing in this profession.
I actually don't know if this is ever going to end. I mean, it would take a lot of advice.
You know,
I'm getting tired because it seems more like
even as we are speaking now, some people will come against you.
I know. Yes, I know. I'm ready for that attack. Let's open up the phone lines so that we'll get the shooting right now. Okay.
Okay, the phone number to call is 0911 20022 0707 454 1014.
Okay, try as much as possible to reach us. Alternatively, send us a WhatsApp message on 0707 491 3438. We're also live on Facebook at Echo FM 100.7 and Echo FM, just ECHO FM. Go like, share, and drop your comments. We are talking about postpartum hemorrhage. For people who do not know, Nurse Esther has explained. It has to do with bleeding after childbirth, whether through the normal process, the vaginal delivery, or the cesarean section delivery. As long as a woman bleeds profusely, it's a problem, and in most cases, we lose some of these women. So we are trying to break it down so that you understand the causes and the risk factors.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, what is going on? No, try as much as you can, change your position and call us back, I beg you. The phone numbers remain 0911 20022 0707 454 1014.
Hello?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kachisin, are you back from Abuja? I've missed you. It's been over 2 weeks. If I'm not, yes, it's over 2 weeks. I heard your voice.
Yes. I'm back.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
My work.
Okay. Welcome. It's nice to have you. Go ahead.
It's not I'm hearing the voice, man.
She's here now.
She can confirm I normally call in their program.
Yes, he called this morning.
You should have just told me he called,
I don't want to
Let me not
disrupt
say I missed him.
The vibe.
But I
now.
still missed you, Kachi. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
That's the nature of my work. By this time, I'm usually in the office.
Okay, no worries. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, no problem. My name is Kachi Sineku. I'm calling from the West local government.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to thank Nonsensa. She's always apt in all her teachings all the time.
Yes.
So the truth is that the matter is just a women issue, So I don't really know what to say. Just that teachings like this, makes us to reflect that to be a mother, we must always give them their flowers. Especially most of us that still have our mothers alive and lively. It calls for us to keep on respecting them, and then whatever we can do to sustain them, because it's not easy to go to the labor room, deliver, and come out successfully. It's not easy
at all.
So it's a time, it's a moment, as we are teaching, it's a moment of reflection for me. So my heart goes out, and I just want to acknowledge all the women. May God continue to strengthen them in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And I pray that this kind of bleeding may not befall any other person. Let everybody go in and come out successful. That's my prayer.
Amen.
My name is Kachi Sinekwa from Out.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kachisin. And Kachisin says, there's one thing with, some men, and he says it's a woman matter, it's women issue. However, I keep saying it here all the time. There will be a stage you get to in life. You remember some of these teachings, right? So it's not just a woman's issue. It concerns everybody. If you are not a father yet, someday you will be a husband. Or you are a brother to a sister who will get pregnant one day. So it concerns everyone. Thank you, Kachisin. I appreciate you as always.
Hello.
How are you doing,
Love Wakeze.
Fine.
You're welcome, Love Wakeze. No, nobody. How are you doing?
I want you to hear. I agree to you.
Good morning. I greet you too.
Hey. I'm the Maria Pekin.
Hey, voila. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My name. I'm the number one celebrity for the whole Imo State. One P2P, one less Yopi. I'm the Maria Pekin. Even catch it, the Maria sister. Don't forget my name.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to ask a question.
Okay.
And see what they are done them. And have like 8 children now. And all those 8 children move on alone. I'm the phone with the hand in the phone for house. Simple thing to just say, I better go to Muchis. I don't know.
Really?
So I tell them that the other woman cannot bother that. I think they just want to, they just want their hospital to come on. I bet let me know.
Hey. Hey. What century are you, Love Wakeze? Nurse Esther, did you hear what he asked? This is it takes us back to what okay, and then he asked it's a funny question, but it's also sensitive.
Yeah.
And then he made an example using his sister, his Adanne, who has got 8 children, and he says that she gave birth to all of them in the house. No complications, nothing. After delivery, she will just call them and say, I've given birth. So that why is it that women of these days keep going to the hospital to go and waste money? You don't hear them.
Did she say waste money?
Yeah, so yes, to go and spend money. That's what he's saying, actually.
You see, that's the problem we have now.
Okay.
Some people I said it's ignorance.
Yes.
Imagine going to the hospital as a waste of money. Maybe this person will not dream of having any medical professional in his lineage. Do you understand?
It's possible.
If going to the hospital is a waste of money, you will not support any of your siblings to become a medical professional. It's not a waste of money. Our aim is to let people know the right things they should know, as long as this journey is concerned. It's not a waste of money that woman was delivering in the house all alone. Does not guarantee her safety. It doesn't. There are things that may be going wrong. She wouldn't know. Remember, these repercussions may not come up immediately, but afterwards. And by then, she must have forgotten what she did.
Yes.
Why you are going to the hospital is for expert management. That if anything happens, they will not look at what happened. Now, we have futures classifying healthy babies. You know, it's not all about pushing out a baby. It's all about giving a healthy baby.
Yes.
When you come to the developmental milestones, are they meeting up? You can deliver that baby in a place that is not
conducive.
how do I say, sterile.
Conducive. Okay, sterile.
Yes, in a place that is not sterile. Yeah, and that side will contact one or two without you knowing. Some of them will now develop this allergic reaction. So going to the hospital is not a waste of money. One, sterility matters. This is a newborn. That woman that is doing those things, did she use sterile equipment in conducting her delivery? She may expose herself to infections that will come up in later life to deal with her. You know, there may be challenges she's facing today that she won't know that is because of the method she chose to break her babies.
Okay.
So it's not a waste of money going to the hospital where you have professionals that will take care of you.
Okay, thank you. I know this will trigger you. Calm down. Sorry about that. Okay, more calls.
Okay, hello?
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Dawn.
Yes, good morning. And Slim Diva is also here.
Thank you. Hey, Mary,
Yes, please. Good morning to you.
I greet you, the commander of English.
Mikey, is that you?
That is me.
You're
Dr.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, this is my key calling you from Apapa.
Okay.
Yes, I had everything you people said, understand. You people is trying. But what I have to say about both our doctors, nurses, as you said, if there's anything they are doing, they should be very, very careful. Understand? They should be very, very careful for everything they are doing. You know, it's a human being you are treating, doing everything. Maybe you know what I mean.
I know.
Understand? They have to be very, very careful. Secondly, there's something you said. Let me keep that one concerning glaucoma. So let the people to go and take their eye. I know what I'm saying. It's very, very important. Everybody should go and take their eye. It's very, very important. Mary, the commander of English,
Mikey.
and the Dawn, enjoy your.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can squeeze in 2 or 3 more calls.
Hello?
Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's
Catchison. Quickly, please.
I want to correct an impression. Love Awakeze. Is he marrying everybody in the state?
Okay. I knew you were going to call.
He should cut me out, and that is a joke.
Okay.
He can't marry my sister, please.
Okay, it's okay.
Yes, he should cut me out. Then, when he said, going to hospital is a waste of time, well, the nurse have explained better. There's something with Gashi, let me leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I think he was trying to say it's because it has not happened to him, right? That's why he says going to the hospital is a waste of time. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. And who are we speaking with this morning?
You're speaking with Joy. I'm calling from NCC.
Okay, Joy, you're welcome.
Joy, I love your voice.
Hello.
I love your voice, Joy.
Oh, thank you very much, my dear.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dear. Hello.
Go
Hello, we're
ahead.
still here.
Go ahead.
Okay. So please, I so much enjoy. In fact, I'm so excited with this very topic you're deliberating on this morning. I'm just very happy.
Thank
But I
you.
must tell the nurse, what's her name?
Nurse Esther.
Esther.
Esther, thank you very, very much for this information.
Thank
They
you.
said knowledge is power.
Yeah,
I must thank you for this.
yeah.
For having known that the blood that comes out after delivery is as a result of the contraction of the uterus.
Yeah.
And as soon as the uterus stops contracting, the blood, the bleeding will stop. You don't need any other thing to bring out whatever blood that is remaining in the uterus. I don't know what to say, in fact.
Hey.
This is a new. I'm so happy.
Thank
for
you.
this. Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
remembering.
Thank you so much, Joy. She
very
sounded
good
like
job.
a nurse. Nurse Esther, people are commending you. Joy has called in from MCC to say God will bless you.
Yes.
And she's thanking you for
Amen.
sharing knowledge. And she also concurs with what you said, that after delivery and after you don't need any other thing
Yeah.
for the, what
She
did she
broke
call,
it
for
down into
contraction,
pieces,
right? Yes. Okay. Let's see if this
Yeah.
person has a question
Hello.
quickly.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I'm Steve calling from Maji.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I really appreciate the topic you people brought out this morning.
Okay.
In fact, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And there is an impression I want to correct
Okay.
Oh, okay.
concerning whether the second caller or the first caller that said her elder sister born 8 children safely without any problem.
Yeah.
Well, kudos to her.
Yeah.
I thank God for her. But I want her to understand that everybody's nature is not the same.
Ma'am.
Correct.
Hospital is very, very important. And if it's not important, God wouldn't have created doctors,
Yes.
because God has wisdom. And I want to also tell her, like most of the people that deliver at home, they deliver with the help of medical practitioners. Because most of them in the villages, some of them
Traditional
have
birth attendants.
nurses in their houses. So can she deny that there is no nurse that was within that arena when she delivered that assisted her?
Okay.
So please, I want to correct that impression. Everybody should go to the hospital and deliver. But if it's a state of emergency that somebody should deliver at home, that person should know that it is not her fault, and she also needs medical attention. Thank you very much, and God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. I am
you.
now happy. At least
you.
you see all of this screaming and shouting. People are now understanding. Like their eyes are opening up. You know. So the last caller has also said something that has reminded me of the traditional birth attendants. Nurse Esther. We have the traditional birth attendants in the villages, right? So the man who called in to say that the sister gave birth to all her children, 8 children in the home. I also feel that she got assistance from the traditional birth attendants, whom I know that, whom I know that now they are being trained, to adopt the modernized
extent.
way of doing things. Am I right, Nurse Esther? Some of them are being trained, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So quickly, let's go back to the conversation because we are almost out of time. Other risk factors. We've not talked about fibroid. We've not talked about multiple pregnancies. I don't know if you have anything to chip in on that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, fibroid is one of the causes of postpartum hemorrhage, in that when the uterine wall is overstretched, to regain its tonicity is usually difficult, especially when you have fibroid of about 6 to 8 cm. They are occupying a larger space in the uterus already or on the uterus, because fibroid can either stay in the uterus or on the uterus. So when they occupy this space and the fetus is in utero too growing, it will cause excessive stretching, thereby leaving it a tonic after delivery, and the woman will bleed. Then when you talk about multiple gestation, it's the same effect, in that one fetus in utero is big with other organs, the placenta and every other thing. These things can now make the uterus to become overstretchy in its consistency, leaving that woman with uterine atony. That will lead to postpartum hemorrhage. We have other factors that can make a woman to have postpartum hemorrhage, like placenta previa, placenta abruptio, all of these things. Then another one is this traditional birth attendant. When it is not time for the woman to push, they will subject that woman with their under pressure, and the woman will keep stretching and stretching. Some of them will sustain lacerations. Perineal tears will set in. In fact, someone came to me and was like, "Ma, do you know that after delivery, the woman that conducted the delivery did not even know I had tear in my perineal area?"
Oh.
I said, she said it was after 5 days when she has gone home that she was like, "Let me check myself." She put her hand down. She said she noticed that something was, flagging off her legs when she's walking. So she called the mother and was like, "Something is wrong." The woman said, "It's a lie. This woman that connected the delivery, delivered your father, delivered your grandmother. How come it is in your time?" Now she went to check. Lo and behold, everywhere we are open. So she quickly ran back. It's a TBA. The woman said, "Hey, I did not see it. Oh, this lady has been bleeding for this period of time without knowing where the bleeding is coming from." And another patient came with a review that after delivery, that the amount of blood coming was like when you open a tap.
Oh.
The quacks there did not notice what was happening. They have tried everything and the blood was still coming. They left her on the couch to go and call their doctor. It was the doctor that now came and said she had cervical tear, and they started suturing. At that point, she have lost consciousness. So you see, this kind of mistakes can predispose a woman to either primary or secondary. These ones are for primary. Then in secondary, we talk about return products, because after 24 hours, any other bleeding that comes is a secondary postpartum hemorrhage. When you leave some particles in utero. And that's why I encourage my patients, please, after delivery, allow me to do what I want to do. So you can be safe. Me, I can be rest assured. Right? I have good rest in my mind. So when you leave some cotyledons, some parts, some pieces, some particles of these products of conception in utero, they may be there. Maybe in the next 48 hours, the woman will keep complaining of abdominal ache, abdominal cramp, and you will say it's a normal physiology, not knowing that something is being retained. That will give you secondary postpartum hemorrhage. Now, another thing is what we call, in that 40s I mentioned, we have what we call thrombin.
Yes.
People that has problem with their clotting factors. And that's why it's important pregnant women should register for antenatal. That man that said the waste of money, I pray. Make I not go there again.
No, calm down.
So see, these people with clotting factor defects, any little cut on their body, they will bleed and bleed without being controlled easily. If they fall into labor, in fact, preferential treatment is given to them so they don't have whether primary or secondary postpartum hemorrhage.
Okay, you have actually explained it, and somehow you also talked about the complications alongside the question I asked you. So if there's anything you feel we have not touched on, right? Quickly, now is the time to add it up before we summarize this morning.
All right. Let me say pregnant women, husbands, please let your women, your wives, your sisters know the importance of going for antenatal as soon as pregnancy is confirmed, so that proper care will be given. I am not talking about going to TBAs. I'm talking about going to meet qualified personnel. This is life. You are entrusting into someone's hands. All right, outside being prayerful and all that, ensure you are going to the right place. And when they go there, please, mothers should always listen to their healthcare provider advice. As I wouldn't like a woman to have complications against WHO standard in delivery. So please, accessing healthcare services is very important, and the government should help us to recruit qualified nurses, qualified midwives, people who are skilled in this primary health care, so as to save the life of our mother and reduce mortality rates in our country.
Thank you. But just a brief comment. I don't want to trigger you, okay? To those people who do not see a woman who cannot give birth the usual way as a normal woman, what do you have to tell them? They say you are not woman enough. That's why you couldn't push our babies.
Oh God.
We hear that a lot.
Just reminded me, I was watching one woman crying this morning on social media that her friend died because the husband refused to give consent. The man said, you have given birth to 4 children through the vagina. Why will you give birth to this one through CS? And he drove the wife away from the hospital. On his way to another hospital, the baby died. And C-section was done. The woman lost her life. So I want to tell them that this is just a choice of dating. It's just, there are so many indications. It doesn't make that woman less a woman. It is prevention that is better than cure. Instead of you going there to push a baby and either lose your life, lose the life of your child, or you have deformity in future, why not go under the knife and be sound? The only problem they will consider is finance. Outside that, CS is safe when you are in the right place and the CS is being done by the qualified personnel. So cesarean section is a method of dating. There is no evil attached to it.
Thank you so much, Nurse Esther. I really do not know what to say, but I definitely will invite you very soon. We have a lot to talk about this year. You see, this year we'll have a lot to push. So I'll contact you very soon, and I'd like to thank you for your time this morning.
God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you, Nurse Esther. Nurse Esther is someone I respect so much, because if she sits you down and teach you, it go enter your head by force. Don, we have to go. We have to go. Parting words, quickly.
Well, just to join my voice to other women that have said what they want to say, what I want to actually say most importantly is, women, do not measure yourself with anybody. Don't. That life you are carrying inside of you is paramount, is significant, is important. Don't measure yourself. Don't say, this woman gave birth in the house. This one gave birth at a maternity ward. This one gave birth stressless. This one gave birth. Why should I go to the hospital? Why do I need an antenatal care? No, please don't do that. Don't measure. Just do the right thing. Go to the hospital and take proper care of yourself. And please, whatever is being asked of you to do, please do it to the latter, so that you still find joy to take care of that innocent child you have brought to this world.
Thank you very much. Take proper care of yourself. Don has said it. I will just say few words. You see, for people who do not give consent, when they are women, when their wives are under pressure because of delivery, it's either the woman is a life or death situation, and you have refused to give your consent because you want that woman to give birth the way your great-grandmother gave birth, that if she doesn't give birth like that, she's not a normal woman. Well, I'll leave God to judge you, right? One day you feel they travel, go somewhere, something go happen to you. They find who go give consent. Abi? They might not see, and then you pass like that. What goes around comes around. If you're treating someone else's daughter like that, just know that one day you will have a daughter, or you have a sister. And if she's treated in that manner, will you like it? It's very, very heartbreaking, but we have to go. Thank you for listening, and to everyone who contributed, thank you so much. My name is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva, your most adorable.
And I am Judge Dawn Eko.
Thank you, Marv King. Up next is the news.
Echo FM.
Echo FM, 100.7, the fresh news people.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How you can suspend me here? Are we the slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
It's exactly 2 minutes past noon. Good afternoon and welcome to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeni-Wode, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories around the world. Here are the headlines. Nigerian military denies arming Boko Haram terrorists, says a viral video false and misleading. Security beefed up at JAM exam centers, according to the police. Nigeria pushes for integrated African gas markets. And on the foreign scene, Pope Leo XIV to visit Cameroon and other conflict zones. U.S. says Iran port blockade is fully enforced and trade has been halted. And on sports news, FIFA may ask Trump to stop ICE rates during World Cup. Details shortly. And this afternoon, we start off with security matters, where the Defense Headquarters has dismissed as false, misleading and unfounded a viral video alleging that repentant and active Boko Haram terrorists are being armed to fight alongside the Nigerian military under the Operation Safe Corridor. The military also clarified that several state-led de-radicalization, rehabilitation and reintegration DRR initiatives exist across the country, operating independently and outside the control or supervision of the federal government of Nigeria or the Defense Headquarters. In a statement, the coordinator of Operation Safe Corridor, Brigadier General Yusuf Ali, explained that individuals processed through such state-level initiatives were not recognized as participants within the DHQ-led Operation Safe Corridor framework, stressing that the distinction was critical to addressing the misinformation being circulated. He reiterated that Operation Safe Corridor remained a strictly non-kinetic, multi-agency program designed to facilitate the de-radicalization, rehabilitation and reintegration of carefully screened individuals. And in another development, the Nigerian police force has deployed a rapid response team across examination centers nationwide ahead of the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations conducted by the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAM. This is as the police dismiss circulating rumors about threats to candidate safety as unfounded. In a statement, the Force Public Relations Officer Anthony Placid stated that the police is aware of recent unfounded rumors concerning the safety of some centers in the north-central state, but has stressed that such claims has no basis. He noted that the police has taken proactive measures to ensure a secure environment for candidates sitting for the examination scheduled to commence tomorrow. Placid added that the police is working closely with other security agencies to monitor and respond to potential threats. The police spokesperson reassured candidates, parents, and the general public of adequate protection throughout the examination period, urging candidates to comply with its guidelines. And back to the southeast to accelerate the basic education program as part of efforts to expand access to learning for adults and out-of-school residents. The Abia State government has announced that it has compressed 6 years of primary education into 3 years. The program, which is being implemented by the State Agency for Mass Literacy, Adult and Non-Formal Education, is targeted at individuals who were unable to complete their basic education. The State Information Commissioner, Prince Oke Kanu, announced this after the State Executive Council weekly meeting, which the State Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, presided over. He therefore urged the concerned citizenry to take advantage of the initiative to obtain their first school leaving certificate. According to the commissioner, Kanu, Abia State happens to be one of the states that is running this program for those who missed out in their early years and do not have the opportunity to obtain their first school leaving certificate. And over to the northern part of the country, Katsina State Governor Diko Umaru Rada has signed an executive order banning the activities of miscreants linked to groups popularly known as Korayi Sarasuka and other related gangs as part of decisive measures to address rising social disorder in the state. Speaking during the signing of the Karuye Activities Concentration Order of 2026, the governor stated that the government could no longer fold its arms and allow the menace to persist within the metropolis and beyond. He disclosed that a multi-agency task force had been constituted to enforce the order and restore order. According to the governor, the task force had been mandated to identify and dismantle Karuye and other related groups, conduct intelligence-driven operations, arrest and prosecute suspects, confiscate weapons, and monitor identified hotspots across the state. It's exactly 7 minutes past noon. If you just tune in, you are listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Nigerian military denies arming Boko Haram terrorists, says viral video false and misleading. Security beefed up at JAMB exam centers. This is according to the police. Nigeria pushes for integrated African gas markets. And on the foreign scene still to come, Pope Leo XIV to visit Cameroon and other conflict zones. The U.S. says Iran port blockade is fully enforced and trade has been halted. And on sports news, FIFA may ask Trump to stop ICE raids during the World Cup. Details after this break. Stay tuned.
This is a public service announcement. In an effort to enhance road safety and minimize the risks of crash-related fatalities, Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command is urging citizens to promptly report any road crashes to the Corps Emergency Hotline. In the event of a road crash, citizens are advised to call the Corps Emergency Toll-Free Hotline at 122 to report the incident or any of the Imo Sector Hotline 0913 960 0904. Provide as much information as possible, including the location of the crash and the number of people involved. Stay on the line to receive guidance from the Corps Response Team. The Sector Commander urges all citizens to take an active role in promoting road safety by promptly reporting any road crashes. Together, we can work towards reducing the rate of road crash fatalities and creating safer roads for everyone. This message is brought to you by Echo FM 100.7 in partnership with the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command as part of our corporate social responsibility. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's exactly 10 minutes past noon. If you just joined us, you're listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. And now, business news. Nigeria has intensified efforts to drive regional gas integration across Africa as government officials, financiers, and industry leaders convened in Abuja to advance cross-border investments and infrastructure development. The event highlighted coordinated execution as a key constraint to unlocking the continent's energy potential. The meeting brought together delegates from across West Africa, including Senegal, Togo, and Benin, signaling a shift from fragmented national gas strategies towards a unified regional system that is built on shared infrastructure, harmonized regulations, and aggregated demand. The development comes as Africa seeks to translate its gas reserves into a reliable energy supply and bankable projects, particularly as over 600 million people on the continent lack access to electricity. The World Bank reiterated its support through policy advisory, technical assistance, and risk mitigation tools, which is aimed at attracting private sector investment. Over now to the foreign scene, where Pope Leo XIV is to arrive in Cameroon today, the second stage of an African tour, shadowed by comments from U.S. President Donald Trump and suicide attacks in Algeria on his first day. He is to meet Cameroonian President Paul Biya at the start of his 4-day visit to the mainly French-speaking country before heading to a conflict zone where English-speaking separatists have been fighting the army for nearly a decade. The planned private meeting with 93-year-old Biya, who's the world's oldest head of state, has split Catholics in the Central African country, who are estimated to account for around a third of the population. Clergy members have voiced fears that it will enable Biya to burnish his image 6 months after protests against his disputed re-election were violently suppressed. Biya, who has been in power since 1982, is now in his 8th consecutive term. A brutal crackdown on protests there in 2016 led to a full-blown conflict between the army and English-speaking separatists that has yet to be resolved. And still on the foreign scene, the U.S. military has stated that it has successfully enforced a naval blockade against Iran, halting maritime trade to and fro the country. U.S. forces have maintained maritime dominance in the Middle East, and within less than 36 hours of the blockade start, brought seaborne trade with Iran to a complete standstill, according to Cooper. In a separate post, CENTCOM stated that the Navy-guided missile destroyers were involved in the areas of ports in Iran. U.S. President Donald Trump had announced the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz after failed talks in Islamabad between Washington and Tehran over the weekend. And lastly, in the world of sports this afternoon, FIFA executives are considering asking President Donald Trump to suspend immigration and customs enforcement raids during the World Cup, according to a new report. According to reports, a nationwide ICE moratorium for the duration of the 39-day tournament could be framed as a win-win for both the Trump administration and the International Soccer Organization. The move could ease countries' concerns about ICE's operations during the World Cup, which kicks off in June across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and is expected to draw more than 1 million international fans. Since returning to office, Trump has overseen a nationwide immigration crackdown, which the Department of Homeland Security says led to the removal or departure of nearly 3 million undocumented immigrants in his first year. And that's all for the global news this afternoon, edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM and Echo FM 100.7, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting www.echofm.net. That is www.echofm.net. My name is Mary Omeniwode. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon to you.